This past year, lots of us have been stuck inside trying to keep ourselves entertained. Some days it feels like we've played all the games there are to play. But is there anything new coming out this summer that's gonna help us get our game on again? Getting stuck in the same gaming loop and finding yourself bored? You're not alone. Maybe you've tried Warzone, Among Us, or even Minecraft, but boredom is all too real now. One of my fellow contributors, Alexia, has gotten to the bottom of boredom in her series here.
Let's kick off the 10-day boredom busting challenge.
I wanted to know if there are any new games coming out this summer to keep me busy. So I sat down with Rebekah Valentine. She's a video game journalist for IGN. We talked about the top games you should check out this summer. Let's get ready to get our game on summer style.
My name is Rebekah Valentine. I am a reporter with IGN. So I'm a journalist. I write about the news of video games, what's going on in the world of gaming.
So summertime is just around the corner, and I want to know, what are your top 5 games that's coming out this summer that's gonna be hot?
Game Builder Garage actually just got announced from Nintendo, and I'm really excited about that. That's another one that we don't know as much about yet, but it's an upcoming game for Nintendo Switch. It's coming out on June 11th. It's a little bit like if you've ever seen kind of those apps that try to teach coding for kids, it's a little bit like that. It basically teaches people who play it how to make their own video games using these cartoon creatures. You can also take those things that you've learned and make games of your own and then share them with your friends. So it's a really, really cool little tool that you can play with. You can end up accidentally learning something out of it if you want.
What's your second game for the summer?
I'm really excited for Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart. That is actually also out on June 11th, same day as Game Builder Garage, but that one is exclusive to PS5. So unfortunately, if you don't have a PlayStation 5, you're kind of out on that. But Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart, if you ever played a Ratchet & Clank game, it's more of that, shinier, nicer, and newer. It's a third-person shooter platformer. You're sort of like shooting through these portals called rifts and jumping between worlds, and it looks really cool. It's honestly one of the most impressive things I've seen on the PlayStation 5 so far. It is single player, so it's not a big collaborative experience if that's the kind of thing that you like doing. But I know a lot of people do want that kind of game, and yeah, I think that game looks really, really good. So that's probably my personal number 2.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty crazy. Jumping through portals and time, wow.
Yeah, it's really, if you look at, I'd watch a trailer for that. It's so impressive and cool how good that game looks, and how, I mean, this is like getting into weird nuances of game development, but it's very hard to take a character who's in one area and just dump them into another one really quickly. That's what loading screens are for. And Ratchet & Clank, it seems like it's got some really cool stuff going on with that.
So let's move on to number 3. What's your third game for the summer?
I have already played a lot of new Pokemon Snap. It just came out earlier this month. It's a Pokemon game, so if you like Pokemon, if you're into Pikachu, you know the creatures that you're going to be running into. But it is basically a photo safari game. It's you sit in this little car kind of thing, and you take photos of Pokemon. And that sounds very simple. It sounds like, oh, it's just a photo mode turned into a game, but you have to see how cute these Pokemon are, and how you have these tools. You have these little fruits called fluff fruits that you can throw and get them to do interesting interactions with each other. And it is, I got so much out of this. It's like little puzzles to go through all these levels and see all the different ways in which you can get Pokemon to interact with each other, or react to the environment, or do things that you do cool poses, or there's options for sharing your photos with friends. I know right when the game came out, all my friends were sharing their cool photos on social media.
Definitely gonna put that on my bucket list. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What would you say your 4th game of the summer would be?
There's one called Knockout City. It is a competitive multiplayer game that is a little bit like dodgeball. Players throw balls at opponents like dodgeball style to knock them out. There's all different kinds of balls that give you different abilities. So like there's one that like makes you jump higher. There's another one that's like kind of, you know, it does a little explosion and all these other things. So it's a bit like, I mean, if you ever played a multiplayer shooter with friends, it's a bit like that. And that's out now on PC, Switch, PS4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Number 5, I have actually, this is sort of silly because it's mainly a game for kids, like younger kids, and I'm grown up and old, but I've been getting into Roblox lately, and I know that's not a new game. That game's been out for a while, but I think we're seeing a lot more people play these, longer, more persistent games that you just play for, over years, or there's always new things happening in them.
So the future of video games might look a little different this summer, but it does sound like there are a lot of awesome titles coming soon. What summer games are you excited for? Let me know at cbckidsnews@cbc.ca. In the meantime, we're gonna get our gaming thumbs ready for a summer of wins. Until the next game on, I'm Elijah Sandiford. Game over.